What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So now, what I'm getting ready to do, I'm going to put the final nail in the coffin on this Deontay Wilder embarrasses himself further situation. Okay? And of course, there'll be more things to talk about because I'm sure he'll have something else to say and we'll talk about it. But for this particular series that I've done, I'm gonna address this one in a different way, similar but in a different way. Okay, and basically, we're gonna look at what doesn't make sense. Okay, and what does make some sense. Let me give you an example, because I had one moron, one idiot, who had some long stupid name like been a New York Knicks fan since I've been swimming in the sack. What a stupid name that is, but yeah, I wanna address this because of people like him, but at the same time, let me say this: you're talking to deaf ears when you're talking logic and reason and common sense. Stupid motherfuckers like to use the term common sense a lot as well. I'm going to give you guys an example of something. They always say, these sheep, we're overlooking the evidence. We're sweeping it under the rug. What evidence? That same fucking picture that keep resurfacing with the circle around it, the little red circle around it, that you're saying what was unpadded or was loaded. Because you guys are not clear on what you're saying the glove was. 1 minute, that same exact photo was unloaded. It had no padding. The next minute, that same exact glove from that picture was loaded. And then now it was loaded with 1 egg weight. Okay, was it loaded with 5 egg weights? Because he has 5 fucking fingers, right? 4 big ass knuckles here. What was it loaded? How many was in there? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many was in there? Was the egg weight wrapped into under his wraps? And somehow he just didn't damage his hand. He didn't break his hand. Oh, nah, it's because he was hitting with the palm. If you see the floppy glove, he was doing this. Well, that floppy glove was from the first fight, right? And how stupid, how fucking asinine is that? What's the purpose of loading your knuckle if you're not going to fucking hit with this part? You're going to load the knuckle. That's so you can get that boom, boom, right? To get the metal to hit him in the face, but instead you're going to hit with your palm. Tell me how that makes any sense, jackass. You're going to load this and then hit with this. You're going to palm strike. This is the stupid stuff that you guys are saying in defense of the dumb allegations. I get the sense that you guys watched a video with a closed mind. Because you clearly say something opposite of what I've actually said in my videos. And then you say something, you go all off track, trying to make a point, but you make no point because you make no sense. Like I said, I've never once said Fury won't cheat. I don't know what Fury will or will not do. And I'm saying it again. There's millions of dollars in this sport. I do not know what a man will and will not do. What I am saying is what you guys consider evidence is not evidence. How are we sweeping anything under the rug? But you clearly accuse us of doing what you do. Like, for example, Wilder saying that AJ ducked him. But then turns around and say, you know, I was offered more money to fight AJ than I am to fight you. So who ducked who? And we've been saying forever the only person given offers was Team AJ. When have you ever heard of a fight business being conducted in the sense of, okay, you said you fight for 50 million right now, right? Okay, here's $50 million. Don't worry about looking at the escrow account to make sure that it's there. We're offering you 50 million. No meaning, no details, no terms, no term sheet. Just a contract that $50 million. That's it. Take it or leave it. 24 hours. Who does that? Now you tell me if Eddie Hearn and AJ would have did that shit to Deontay Wilder, you guys wouldn't be saying the same thing I'm saying right now. Because if AJ and Eddie Hearn did that, I'd be saying, what the fuck are y'all doing? I wouldn't be sitting up going, no, Deontay, take the 50 million. Take the fucking 50 million. No, I'd be like, what the fuck are they doing? Why would y'all send this man a contract saying take it or leave it? You have 24 hours. Like, no, it's not how you do business. And I can do that because even though AJ's the heavyweight I want to see win and beat everybody he fights, I want to see him do it fair. Not by taking shortcuts and cheating people and trying to put pressure on people in a way of having them not prepared mentally or physically or try to catch people off guard to get an advantage. Who does that? Anytime someone does something like that, I'm led to believe the terms are going to be some bullshit because that's not how you do business. But you guys swept that under the rug. You also swept his tweet under the rug with him saying, AJ offered me more money to fight him than I'm getting to fight you. So who's sweeping what under the rug? Now, I separated Deontay Wilder from what the fans were saying because he wasn't saying anything. The whole time understanding he has to be okay with this because he's not telling people, hey, cool out with the excuses. Okay? But at the same time, what I say, you can't accuse Deontay of what everybody else is saying. I said that clearly in the video. This is the fanboys. But he's not intervening, so yeah, I can understand why he's being accused because he could very easily put an end to that. So he comes out and shows zero intelligence and then co-sign all of this, which I wasn't shocked about it, but I kind of gave him more credit than that. And clearly I say this in previous videos. So he comes out and just says the same exact thing that everybody's already been saying. Nothing new. What are you doing for training? What is your preparation like right now? This is what I'm doing. This is what it's about. I got a new team. I'm ready to go. Fury, he, me and him need to do this third fight. And not after the contract expired and Fury's already got a date booked on the 5th. No, before this you needed to do that. But you didn't. But the sheep will say we sweep evidence under the rug. What evidence? Like the idiot that asked me, so the doctor's lying. First of all, jackass, did we ever hear from this doctor? No. So you're taking Marcellus Wilder's word that a doctor said anything. And even, let's say if a doctor said to him, there's no way a fist did that to your skull. The dent that he's talking about, right? Deontay could have fell some fucking way, bam, hit his head. We don't know that. And even if that occurred in the fight, the doctor, okay, what was said? Blue Blood was the first one to say it, that they have proof, and that the doctor was going to speak on it. And then we heard all these other channels say the same thing, and we've yet to hear from this doctor. Now, who's sweeping what under the rug? And if it came from this doctor, you guys should want to hear from this doctor to have confirmation that, yes, I did say that and because blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, how can someone tell you, okay, example, let's just say somebody took a lead pipe or somebody took a baseball bat, an aluminum baseball bat or wood one, and hit somebody in the head, bam, and cracked their skull. Can the doctor tell you what the fuck the material was that you got hit with? Could he tell you exactly what it was? Okay, I think y'all know the answer to that. So the fact is, the burden of proof falls on the shoulders of the people who are making claims, not the people who are saying, we want proof. Okay, so you said you're going to bring proof. Simple. And then they don't produce and deliver on anything. Then you turn around and say, Fury's known for cheating. Fury's this, Fury's that. First of all, this situation has nothing to do with the other ones. And like I said, I'm not putting anything past Fury as saying that he wouldn't cheat. What I said, and I'll say it again, is what you guys call evidence. Where's the evidence? You're talking about a glove. Don't remember how at the end of the fight, well, during the fight rather, people were saying Deontay had a busted eardrum. Yeah, that's definitely a busted eardrum. Come to find out, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. See, and there's some things, okay? I got a couple of nurses in my family and doctors in my family as well. And there's some things that you learn and know that take place and will happen in a situation, in these situations. And you know what? If Deontay Wilder, first off, before I even get to that, let me say this. You guys just take everything that comes out of his mouth to face value. Everything that comes out of his fanboy channels to face value. Basically, this is what you do. Okay, you guys are the ones who make the channel what it is. Okay? You guys, anything he says, it's true. It's golden. It's sacred. You can't even question it because Deontay said it. But anything anybody else say, they're just guilty. Because Deontay said that they said it or they did it, or you just don't believe them. That's your choice, and I really personally don't give a shit, like I said. So you guys get all in your emotions and make asses out yourselves. And no wonder you love him so much, because y'all act just like him. You can't just understand reality and take responsibility for yourself. So when you motherfuckers say shit like, it's just common sense, what's common sense? What, the fact that a doctor was supposed to speak that never spoke? This nameless, faceless doctor? What else is common sense? The fact that this photographer was said that he was going to open up and speak about the photos and where they came from and how he took, and that they're not Photoshop. He's going to confirm all the stuff that was said that never took place. What's common sense? That? Because you're right, it is common sense that the shit never happened. They never spoke. So they made all these claims that never happened. Now, can you imagine this? Deontay Wilder is sitting in court. Okay? And his thing is to the judge that, Your Honor, I have proof that Tyson Fury punched me in the head with an egg weight. Well, what's your proof, Mr. Wilder? Well, look at the dent in my head. There's no way that a fist could do that. Okay, and so, but how do you, what proof do you have that this guy that Fury had anything in his glove? Well, how could he do that? Well, are you a doctor? Were you diagnosed? The doctor, even a doctor, how could a doctor tell you that? Well, the doctor did say it, but he's not here to speak on his own behalf. I have well, I don't have documentation either, but he told me he don't think that blah, blah, blah. Okay, he don't think that a normal fist could do that. And the fact that he made my ear bleed in the second fight, but he couldn't do that in the first fight. And I'm suing Fury because I feel like he used dirty tactics and he used illegal objects to fight. Okay, well, in this process, Mr. Wilder, before the fighters go out into the ring, don't you have a guy from your team in the dressing room of the opponent? And don't they check the hand wrapping and the gloves and all this? Don't they check? Don't you guys have two pair of gloves that you check? In case something happens to the first pair, don't you? And that person, including yourself, if you want to be involved, check the gloves inside and out. You try them on and everything. Okay, yeah, you can use these. We can use these. These all go. And they take these gloves, they wrap them and put them in a safe place, and they're not tampered with. And the Nevada Athletic State Commission has gotten a lot stricter and tighter because of these things that have happened in the past. But didn't you have someone there? Well, yes, I did, Your Honor. Well, okay, are you suing this person? Well, no. Is this person still employed by you? Yes, he's still on my team. Well, wouldn't he be responsible to make sure that the gloves were okay? Didn't he choose those gloves? Didn't he sit in the dressing room and watch the hands of the opponent get wrapped? Now, I'm just saying, just that alone. And that's the whole meat of the whole thing. How in the fuck could he win a case? You're talking about the damage that was done to you because this man had no padding. Now you're saying it's because he had an egg weight. Okay. Which, first off, in the first fight they said he had no padding, and then the floppy glove bullshit. And it's crazy because there was punches that he was throwing with his left hand. They was talking about the glove was floppy. But the right hand, the same video, same pictures coming from the first fight with the indentations and then, oh, see, he didn't have padding. Okay, so nobody happened to notice this in your corner. The referee, nobody. Okay. So basically, You fire Mark Breland for allegedly poisoning your water. And you could have easily taken a piss test afterwards. Wouldn't that have been the first thing on your mind? Yo, I'm going to see what's in my system. I'm going to go piss. Oh, you could have, believe me. Wouldn't that be the first thing? Nah, they got doctors in the building. They got, hey, listen, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go piss in the cup right now. I want you motherfuckers, we gonna examine this shit. Whatever the fuck. Whether we gonna get, wouldn't you thought like that? Because remember, at the end of the fight, they said because Mark Breland stopped the fight, they had Mark Breland talk about he was out there in tears outside, locked out the dressing room, which, is fucked up. But I don't know why you be sitting there like a little sad puppy on the porch waiting to get in. Like, fuck, man, you don't let people disrespect you like that. But they did what they did, right? But he doesn't think, let me go get a piss test. I'm going to find out what the fuck this man put in my system. You're a boxer, bro. You know how this shit works. Documentation beats conversation, man. It's just like when you buy money orders or you write checks or certain things, you keep certain copies of certain shit, and you have a certain time before you hold on to certain things just in case it pops back. Even like parking tickets, traffic violations, right? You hold on to your copies because systems will sometimes pop back up that, oh, you didn't pay this and that. Shit happened, okay? Certain things you hold on to. And you're gonna tell me at the end of that, you didn't think to just take a piss test. You feel weird in there like something's wrong, and you thinking, no, this motherfucker spiked my water. Something definitely ain't. You would have wanted to know that, but you didn't do that. Okay, so you fire Mark Breland, but you keep the culprit. Okay. You guys that sit and say we sweep things under the rug. What you guys fail to realize is that you're nothing but biased morons. Because all you do is sit up and make excuses and say that it's proof. What's proof? What's proof? Look at the glove. Look at the flop. I got many pairs of boxing gloves and I can sit and flop my wrist and do the same shit. We've had many people demonstrate and show this shit that no, it happens. And when it does happen, you can flop the glove around. And then on top of that, if you look in the glove, you guys are seeing this shit talking about, oh, it's his knuckles. It's his fingers. That's what so basically his knuckles is in the palm part of the glove is what you're saying. How in the fuck do you hit somebody? You could break your fucking feet. I can tell you guys not just casuals, but you motherfuckers never even had a fight before. Not in the playground, nowhere. You guys know nothing about fighting, period. Not even a fucking 5th grade schoolyard fight. Because you don't punch with this. One of the biggest first things you correct when somebody come into the gym is how they punch. They don't know how to turn and punch and hit these two big knuckles. They don't know how to do that. They swing wrong. That's why you go on to train and learn how to throw punches. And Wilder still don't know how to throw punches. He still throw wild slap punches when he's under pressure. Okay. For all the people that said Deontay Wilder was cheated and that he was done wrong and that pretty much everybody was against him, you're repeating what he said. He said the referee looked like he had a drink. His eyes like he had a couple drinks before, a couple cocktails before he came in the ring. He's slandering everybody now. So basically, here's my thing. Like I said before, then he should be suing the Nevada State Athletic Commission for having the gloves to be tampered with instead of putting in a safe place. Because obviously, if that's not the case, then that means JD sat there and watched all of this shit happen and didn't say anything about it. He just let it happen. But for some reason, you kept JD's and never even questioned him about the shit. But you fired Mark Breland. Mr. I'm pro-black. I'm all about my blackness. Right? And I'm not at all saying you should fire JD's because he's white or whatever. You motherfuckers are the ones that's on all that racist shit. What I'm saying is it's so funny how you blame Mark Breland for poisoning your fucking water. You fired him. And you was pissed because he threw in the towel. Now, let me just say this, right? And I saw your video, and I saw the shit that he typed in, and he said Mark Breland never saved his life. He said that on 7-8 Sports. He said he never saved his life. If you know me, you know I live by the sword. I die by that sword and all that shit, right? Okay, so let me ask you something, right? If this man poisoned your water, and you had no control over your body, like you saying, and you felt this way and that way, right? And then you saying that Mark Breland didn't save your life, and Tyson Fury had an egg weight in his fucking glove. Couldn't you consider that him saving your fucking life? For the simple fact you couldn't even get out of the way of anything he was throwing, pretty much. And if the case would have been that, let's give you the benefit of a doubt to say that he poisons your fucking water, right? Wouldn't the case have been, damn, you know what? I poisoned this man, and he's weak. He has no defense. He's stumbling all over the fucking ring, getting dropped with body shots. Shit, you know what? Let me throw the towel in before he die, man. Or you know, just get something permanent, some permanent damage done to him. So I mean, couldn't you say, yeah, he did save my life? He poisoned me, but then he saved me. But no, your delusional ass said you was just getting yourself together, bro. You was so fucking punch drunk and fucked up in that fight that you thought you was getting yourself together. I've watched that fight and dissected it and broke it down so many times, and you basically was getting your ass kicked in that corner. You wasn't throwing nothing back. What you mean you was just getting yourself together? Then you said you had Fury right where you wanted him. You looked in his eyes and could see he was getting tired. What the fuck was you, what? And your sheep is sitting there buying into this bullshit, but your actual fans are the ones going, Deontay, you bugging, man, you tripping. Nothing you said happened is happening. Nothing. You just got beat. Fury was kicking your ass in that corner. And you know what? Kenny Bayless didn't stop it, but he was going to. He said Kenny Bayless didn't do anything to protect him, but he let Fury do whatever he wanted. He even said that fucking referee elbowed him in the face. He got elbowed in the face. I mean, bro, Kenny Bayless took a point away from Tyson Fury in the 5th round. He didn't take no points from you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? In that 5th round especially, you could see him, the way he was, you know, Kenny Bayless got them wide eyes. He was staring at Deontay. He wasn't even looking at Fury. He's watching Wilder because Wilder was getting his ass whooped. And then Deontay said one of the stupidest things in that whole thing, which was Mark Breland didn't even warn me he was going to do it. Say, bro, listen, this bottle of water right here, I poisoned it. Just let you know. So before you drink it, that it's poison. But I'm being honest, all right? So here you go. If he was an informant and working for the other team to poison you, why in the hell would he warn you? Please, somebody make sense out of that. He poisoned you, but he didn't even warn you that he was going to do it. This came out of your mouth. And when somebody say you don't speak with any intelligence, people get upset like you're being disrespected or whatever. Yeah, you can say what you want about people. You can say what you want. Hey, oh man, that man got a family to take care of. He got, well, so does Tyson Fury. So does Kenny Bayless. So does Mark Breland. So does everybody else. And what does that? So what? His kids and family, everything is more special about his family than anybody else's because you guys are such fanboys. And you get so butthurt because somebody just speak the truth about the bullshit that we're hearing. Bro, let me tell y'all something. I don't care if it's football, basketball, if it's a boxer, whoever, whatever it may be. If I like a team and that team suck, I will say, man, this team sucked this year. What am I going to sit here and make excuses for them? Oh, it's because of this, it's because of that. Oh, this person, see what happened was this. No. Every year, your team, the team you like is not going to be, they're not going to win. They're not going to have a winning record every single year. No. I commend teams that's better than the team that I like. Because it's like, hey, look at a team like the New England Patriots who constantly was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Whether they won or whether they got there and lost. The point is, look at their record, right? Well, here was my thing. Remember that year with the deflated football situation? And remember how even afterwards people just kept talking about it because they hated the Patriots so much, even before that deflated ball situation, but the fact that they just kept winning. It was similar to the Bulls, how the Bulls just kept dominating, three-peat. 2 years they're not in it, come back, three-peat again. And people just hate when you keep winning. Venus and Serena Williams, they was praising them in the beginning, but when they started just destroying everybody, they started hating them because they kept winning, right? Okay, things happen. Like I said, AJ is the heavyweight that I want to see dominate. If AJ does some dirty shit, if AJ did some sideways shit, I'd be the first one to say, AJ, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not gonna sit here and overlook it, but see, that's the thing. You know, a guy like Jarrell Miller saying AJ's on steroids. Even Dylan White opened his mouth and said that shit. He's on steroids. He's taking. He could have sued either one of them for defamation of character. What proof do you have that he's taking anything? And then saying AJ don't get tested by all this. I mean, they're just saying a whole bunch of shit. But then look what happens with Gerald Miller. Huh? The same one making the accusations get popped dirty. So what do you think that you guys are saying that we're just not getting? You guys keep mixing up elements from the first and second fight, trying to make it as if it was all the same thing. You guys are the ones who sit here and make up stupid excuses as to why Deontay Wilder lost the fight. But see, Deontay Wilder, let's say this. You guys are saying that Tyson Fury was a dirty fighter. He's known to do dirty shit in the past. Okay, check this out, right? Check this out. I can't deny or talk about, as far as what happened in the past or whatever. What the funny thing is, none of this shit was relevant and mattered until after the second fight. None of it. But as far as me saying, oh, he didn't do this, no. What you don't see, you can't speak on, right? Just like people making claims that they have proof and evidence that they're going to present, then they don't. So you tell me, what sense does it make? That nobody was talking about any of this. And before the ass kicking, oh, all the people that's accusing him of being dirty now, well, all this shit y'all claiming happened way before he fought Deontay. The dirty tactics and cheating tactics and all this shit, and all he's involved with the mafia and all this. Okay, so wait, and I'm gonna make another point for that. Now check this out, right? You guys sat here and said all this about Tyson Fury. And again, this is not about defending Tyson Fury. This is about challenging your logic, okay, and your reasoning and your bias. You said that he was tied with the mafia. He did all this dirty shit in the past to people, blah, blah, blah. Now check this out. Before he kicked Deontay's ass, right? You same fans were saying they're the two best heavyweights in the division. AJ don't want no smoke. AJ's just running. He's over there buck dancing for Eddie Hearn, blah, blah, blah. Okay, AJ's a black man too, but y'all don't give a fuck about him because he's from British, because he's British, right? And that's all that is. So y'all was sitting there sucking Tyson Fury's ass, talking about how he hit him and Deontay the two best, right? And then all of a sudden, when he gives him the ass kicking of his life, now he's the dirtiest motherfucker. There's no way he could hit that hard. Oh, all of a sudden this guy. Now you guys made all these excuses, and y'all talked all this mafia shit and all this. He's a dirty. Oh, now all of a sudden it means something. Let's take Deontay Wilder out the picture, and let's say it was AJ that it happened to, in the same exact scenario, but it was AJ instead of Wilder. We wouldn't even be talking about this right now. And you could care less. Why? Because it's two British fighters. And you don't even care about AJ, whether he's black or not. And the crazy thing is how I get so many black people that want to talk. Oh man, you over here, I'm praising the white man. You over here protecting the same people that's oppressing you. First of all, asshole, I'm not oppressed. And I know what you idiots are trying to say, but you're not making a fucking point. Secondly, jackasses, I'm not taught to be racist. When it comes to causes, stand up for what's right, and when it came to Black Lives Matter, when it comes to any fair play, you don't know what the fuck I've been through. You don't know what my stance is, what I do in my community. You don't know none of that. We're talking about boxing, and you all want to make this a racial war. No, I don't want to see no fighter, black, white, Puerto Rican, Indian, Mexican, Chinese, Russian, German. I don't want to see nobody get damaged and permanently hurt in the ring, or I want to see something happen to a person because their skin color is different or whatever. I don't get down with that. My family is mixed on top of that, and so like I've listen. I show love to those who show me love. I don't care about your skin color, your eye color, if your hair is blonde, if you're whatever. I don't care about none of that shit. Okay, but when it comes to stand up for a cause, And it comes for me to unite with people, black people or whoever. And I've taken a stand against racism when I had cowardly black people standing around me. Oh man, I feel you, but oh, I get it. So when we behind closed doors, y'all got so much to say. But now when it comes time to stand up to the fucking beast, now you motherfuckers want to cower up. I don't back down from nobody. You motherfuckers are the ones who come with this bullshit. And tell me this, right? If y'all so worried about gangster activity and wrong, why nobody slander? Why none of y'all slander Deontay Wilder or Marcellus Wilder for rolling up on Dominic Brazil and Marcellus sneaking him? That man is with his wife and his kids by himself. And it took a whole crew of people. And Deontay, what people don't realize is my brother, whoever picked up his kids and moved them out through. Okay, ho. First off, why did you need to approach that man with an entourage? Whatever Dominic Brazil said, he said by himself and was by himself. Why didn't y'all? Nah, I don't need y'all. Stay back. I got this. No, go back to the hotel room, whatever. No, chill the fuck out. Why couldn't you go mano a mano and approach Dominic Brazil? But I didn't hear nobody slander Bomb Squad for that bullshit. Yeah, real tough. Marcellus Wilder got knocked the fuck out twice. Stretched. What, he's 5-2 in his career now? Got stretched. But you okay to sneak a motherfucker. It's okay to sneak people. Y'all real tough when it's a group of y'all. See, and nobody slandered Deontay Wilder for that shit. Nah, y'all laughed at it. It was funny. But he gets beat the fuck up one-on-one and, oh man, yo, this motherfucker, he was a mixture of Voltron and Omega Supreme, and man, he had rocket launchers in his gloves, and yeah, right. All of the stuff that y'all said. And let me ask you something. Mark Breland has been with Deontay Wilder from day one, right? Has Mark Breland been known to be a dirty motherfucking cheat, trading ass motherfucker? And after all this time, now all of a sudden, Mark Breland ain't shit. Fuck Mark Breland. This is how y'all roll. Another black man. But he don't have a side to the story. Why? Because the king has spoken. And if he says that you're a dirty motherfucker, then you're a dirty motherfucker. Listen. Deontay is delusional. The man said he had Fury right where he wanted him. The man sat here and saw something that nobody saw because it didn't happen. The man sat here and said, Mark Breland poisoned me and didn't even warn me. Tyson Fury dug up in that ass, and that's that. Deontay Wilder, for the idiot that asked me, why would Deontay Wilder show all the evidence and proof of something he's going to bring to court? Well, my point is, why the fuck even bring it up if you can't present it? The last thing on his mind right now should be a third fight with Tyson Fury, if that's the case. If that's the case, Tyson Fury should be getting a letter in the mail saying that he's being taken to court. That's what should happen. Why bring up something that you can't do? Okay? Why? You can't present the information because it's going to go to court? No. You can tell by the way he talk. He has no proof of nothing. He said, the proof is me. Okay? That's what he said. And he even listened to what he said. I think Mark Breland has something to do with poisoning my water. I think. So nothing's concrete. And again, who's sweeping things under the rug? You are. Because you still have not heard from this doctor. None of us have. And you can care less. Oh, but the doctor said, how do you know he even talked to a doctor? So wait. So this man, think about this. This man was diagnosed with a dent in his head. Remember, he had an autopsy, right? Had an autopsy. He had a dent in his head from a punch, but he's cleared to fight. And you guys are sitting here talking about who's sweeping information under the rug. Who's sweeping anything under the rug besides all these sheep? All you guys are doing is repeating the claims that this guy's making, but he's yet to show any proof. And like I said, Tate Jones couldn't show this proof. 7-8 Sports Blue, but none of these people can show this proof. This has to come from Deontay Wilder. And let's be honest with you. The interview with 7-8 Sports And Deontay Wilder was nothing more than, yo, this is my buddy, this is my friend. I'm going to put you on my platform and let you tell your side of the story. And if you notice, he was just rambling. And this time, the 7-8 kept cutting him off just to change, bring something else up because he's just rambling. That interview was an hour, I think an hour and 17 minutes long. And out of an hour and 17 minutes, we didn't learn anything. All we heard was the same stuff we already heard. So what was the whole purpose of all of that? And if it's about a lawsuit, if it's about exacting justice, then that's what you want to make happen. You don't want to sit up here and wait and wait and wait. Why would it take you so long to make up your mind that you're going to sue the very person that damaged you, that cheated you? Like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more things that he's going to bring up, and we're going to talk about it if I feel that is even necessary. What we're going to talk about is because it's boxing talk. That's what we're doing. But what you guys who keep making up these stupid excuses and you keep saying that he was cheated and Joe is proof, is evident. And all you guys are doing is referring to a picture. You talking about poisoned water. But yet there's nothing. Nothing that came up in any kind of test about him being poisoned. So again, it's just claims. Just like when somebody is pretending that they're hurt, they always say it's their back. Why? Because the doctors can't really prove that you're lying about your back. So things that they can prove, I mean, even for Deontay to have something written in writing by his doctor, they can go to court with to say that, I can't say for sure what it is, but in my profession, and I've been a doctor for X amount of years, I strongly believe that Deontay Wilder was hit with something other than a glove. Okay? Something, but he doesn't even have that. And for somebody to say, well, how do you know that? Well, here's the thing. Listen to his own words. Because when you have proof, you have proof. Pause. Now, just understand something. For Deontay Wilder, he's backed himself in the corner. He put himself in his box. His sheep has helped him get there. And let me explain this to you. We're used to Deontay Wilder having fights, losing to lesser opponents, and then knocking them out with the right hand. Deontay Wilder, for him to beat Tyson Fury, okay, he's going to have to beat the fuck out of Tyson Fury. I've said this several videos ago. He's going to have to beat him, like really beat him, because it's the same old shit. You get beat, you're getting outboxed by a lesser guy, and then you land the right hand finally somewhere in the 8th, 9th round or whatever the fuck round it happens, and then, okay, Deontay Wilder with the power. But at some point, people start to get tired of this shit because it's like, yeah, he got the power, but he can't fucking fight, man. And you know what? People start to turn on you. And for your real fans who letting you know they don't like what you're doing, you need to take heed to that and understand that shit. Because if I was his fucking trainer, me and him wouldn't get along, and I'd be like, you know what, fuck you and your camp, because you're not gonna pull me in here, motherfucker, and insult my boxing knowledge and have me fucking watching you do half-ass bullshit, and we gonna go out there and I'm, yeah, champ, yeah. So if you want a camp where you just have a name in your corner, but you want to do shit your way, you remember those videos and you're throwing them stupid Street Fighter punches, spinning up, jumping up in the air, and standing in the camera, hollering bombs, scoring all that dumb shit. I mean, bro, listen, at the end of the day, when you take accountability for what you've done or haven't done, and you want to get better, and you focus on improving yourself, that is when things change for the better for you. The man is 35 years old. He has pins in his fucking hands. You understand what I'm saying? He's crushed. And like I said in the other video, I believe strongly that he was going through a depression. So all that Tay Jones, when I see Lance Pugmire is not going to be nice and all that bullshit, yeah, whatever, man. Right. How can you say he wasn't? Is Tay Jones a doctor? And at least Lance Pugmire spoke. This is not somebody saying what Lance Pugmire said. Lance Pugmire said, yeah, I believe that he's going through a depression. And look at his actions and how he's responding to this even now, 8 months later. So I believe strongly he was going through a depression. And initially, like I said, you never know. He could have been. But now I strongly feel because of his own actions. So to sit and say, I don't play nice when it comes to telling the truth. When it comes to just being real about shit, I don't play nice with no fucking body. If what I say offends you and what I say, you don't like, well, do something about it. Simple. Simple. Fall back and understand. I'm not a child, and I'm not going to try to appease any of you. Okay? I don't try to make you like me. I don't try to talk because, oh, I'm going to say the things that, no. You can feel what you want. I don't care. This is not about me. It's not personal. We're talking boxing, right? So that's what I'm here for. If I'm going to sit here and cater to everybody, then I don't need to be on this channel. It's as simple as that. Bottom line, it's his career. He's tainted his career. He's put himself in that position where he thinks his right hand is all he needs. And bottom line, he said in the past he's been getting away with it, and he does not respect boxing. He shows you that. He doesn't respect the boxing fundamentals. He does not respect boxing as a sport. It's my way of boxing. I do it my way. Knowing fighters' names from the past and what dates they fought and who they fought, no, that doesn't mean you love boxing. That doesn't mean you respect the sport of boxing. That has nothing to do with it. Okay, because you got people who have a photographic memory and can remember all these different names, fights, and times, and can't fight a fucking lick. So that don't mean anything. So they don't even, they're not even boxers. Okay, so what I'm saying, for you to be a boxer and don't even want to learn. So all that back to the basics. What did you mean by that? Because you've been the same fighter forever, the same fighter, no improvements, nothing that we can see that, okay, yeah, no, basic little shit, man. And this came out of his own mouth. I've been getting away with not training the way I was supposed. He said this. So how the fuck do you get mad because somebody repeat what he said? Well, that's not what he meant, though. Right. Look, to all my British people, cheers. Respect. To all the family, cheers, respect. And listen, never fall in love with lies. And remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And that's all I'm going to say on this nail in the coffin version of Deontay Wilder further embarrassing himself. Catch y'all in the next video.